Developing tonight, the Kelly file now confirming a new report that more than 50 intelligence analysts working at the military's Central Command, which oversees our operations in the Middle East, are now alleging that their intel reports on terror groups, including ISIS, have been inappropriately manipulated by senior officials to fit a narrative that we're doing better in the war on terror than we really are. James Rosen and Colonel Tony Shaffer are here. We're going to start with James at the White House tonight. James?
Megan, good evening. Top advisors to President Obama are confirming tonight that the Pentagon is investigating allegations that damaging internal intelligence assessments of our sluggish fight against ISIS are being sanitized on their way up the chain to the commander-in-chief. The Daily Beast broke the story late last night that more than 50 intelligence analysts at CENTCOM, the Pentagon command for the Middle East, have complained formally that their superior officers are altering their reporting to make the U.S. effort against ISIS appear more effective than it really is. At an intelligence symposium in Washington today, moderated by our Fox News colleague Catherine Herridge, the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency confirmed that the Pentagon's Inspector General is probing the matter.
So the investigation will play itself out. We'll figure out if we did something wrong, and we will be better as a result of a very open investigation.
However, General Stewart has himself sought at times to put a better face on the administration's ISIS campaign. Fox News broke the story in June that the DIA director ordered the deletion of the word quagmire from testimony about ISIS that was being drafted for him to deliver to Congress, even though Stewart privately agreed with that assessment. A White House spokesman told me today the commander-in-chief wants, quote, good information from the Pentagon's intelligence analysts.
Particularly when he's dealing with a situation as complicated as our efforts to degrade and ultimately destroy ISIL.
Is he troubled by this?
I haven't spoken to him about it.
All of this recalls allegations from the last decade about President Bush and Vice President Cheney allegedly manipulating WMD intelligence in the run-up to the Iraq War. However, the Blue Ribbon panel formed to investigate those allegations reported in its final report in 2005 that those claims were unfounded. Megan?
Wow. James, thank you. For more on this, we turn to retired Army Reserve Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer. Colonel, good to see you tonight.
Good to see you
Tomorrow
tonight.
We mark 14 years since 9/11.
Correct.
And here we go with intelligence about the dangers we face being downplayed, but the intel coming from the analysts being downplayed and diminished for what? Political purposes?
Absolutely. This started under the Clinton administration. I was part of a team searching to detect and prevent al-Qaeda from doing offensive operations against us. Obviously, we failed. We've talked about this before in the air years ago. What's important here to remember is that this is not the first time this has happened. They're trying to put this happy face on, and it's notable. He said the president wants good information. He didn't say he wants exact information. That's what the intelligence community should be producing. And let me be clear on this, Megan. There's 3 areas that are being manipulated according to my sources. First, the battle damage assessment. That is to say, when we go and bomb ISIS, the results of those bombings are being overly emphasized as successful, and they're not. So this is the first key to where things are being manipulated. Secondly, the actual conclusions of the reports, and some of these things are voluminous. We're talking about inches deep. The actual content may not necessarily be changed, but the conclusions are. So when you read the conclusion, you think, oh, everything's good. If you actually go into the report, you figure out things are not so good. And third, and most importantly, as these analysts, let me be very clear on this, these are good analysts. These are analysts who are trying to do their job. They're trying to be clear, concise, and truthful in their assessments. What's happening is when they nominate information to targeting, let's say they pick a target to be nominated to go kill it or degrade it, it's being deleted from the targeting package, and we're not attacking the hard targets we should be going after. This is all a travesty.
So some of them have come out and blown the whistle. I mean, that's how seriously they're taking this. And some have gone on to say that now they feel they cannot even give a candid assessment because they know what's going to happen to their assessment. So what happens? I mean, does this get reversed? Who is it who's manipulating the analysts' conclusions?
Well, this actually started under Major General Scott Barrier, apparently, according to my sources. This went on, is currently going on with Steve Grove, the current J2. These are two-star generals. And then also the civilian senior guy, Greg Reichman, name keeps coming up. What happens is you have people literally working all the time, trying to pick out their information. It gets up to the senior level and gets manipulated, gets changed. Wow. So that's what we're faced with right now.
Colonel Shaffer, thank you. We'll do a follow-up report on this one.
Thank you.